Hillary Clinton may be the most corrupt person ever to seek the presidency of the United States. Her decisions spread death, destruction, and terrorism everywhere she touched.
Donald hates it when anyone points out how hollow his sales pitch really is. And I guess my speech yesterday must have gotten under his skin, because right away he lashed out on Twitter with outlandish lies and conspiracy theories.
We might be running out of adjectives to describe just how rough the election rhetoric currently is, and we haven't even gotten to the conventions. Radio show host Nomiki Konst and former presidential campaign advisor Kevin Sheridan here for a fair and balanced debate. Kevin, it's interesting here as we start with you. You have two of the most unpopular people who have ever run for president. They're running against each other, and they seem to only be willing to hit each other, not do anything to help their own popularity.
Yeah, and if it weren't for each other, I think either of these candidates would be totally unelectable on their own. 6 in 10 Americans don't like either of these candidates, and you know, so their play now is to, you know, just attack each other and you know, see where that falls out. Hillary Clinton starts with an electoral advantage just by the map. And Donald Trump needs to show some discipline, that he can actually stay focused on her record, learn more than he's currently shown that he knows about her record, and lack thereof of accomplishments, excuse me, that she didn't have as Secretary of State. He needs to focus on that. He needs to hit her on the foundation. He needs to hit her on her lack of a record. And you know, the biggest opponent of Donald Trump is not Hillary Clinton. It's the devil on his shoulder that makes him say things that take him off track, and they're crazy, outlandish statements that get him derailed.
We were hearing from some of his surrogates he needed to stay on message, but it seems as though when he's at least on the message about Hillary Clinton, he's gone down 6 or so points in the polls. Nomiki, as we talk about this, is the Clinton campaign getting worried, though, that we saw Mr. Lewandowski, Corey Lewandowski, be pushed out, Paul Manafort, veteran political operative, now being put in the campaign? Is the Clinton campaign worried about the idea of a Donald Trump who can stay on message, who is disciplined in the ways that Kevin has shared?
I mean, I can't speak on behalf of the campaign. I've been a surrogate for Bernie Sanders. What I can say is that Hillary Clinton is extremely on message. They have a messaging machine, a messaging factory around them at all times. And the map is very favorable to Democrats. The presidential map is very favorable to Democrats. The key for Hillary Clinton is turnout. The key for Democrats always is turnout. But when you have an unlikable candidate, you know, Democrats don't turn out in opposition votes. That's a Republican thing. So if Donald Trump does amp up his message on Hillary Clinton and really inspire the rest of the party to vote against Hillary Clinton, that's a problem for Hillary Clinton. What Hillary Clinton needs to do is start to amp up her progressive message. Yeah. And we're not seeing that. We didn't see that in the platform committee meeting this week when Democrats decided to vote against the majority of the party and increasing the minimum wage, voting against TPP for the platform. Problem.
Nomiki, you're dovetailing into exactly what we wanted to get to next, which is this idea of where the Bernie Sanders voters go, where people like you go. Bernie has now said that he will vote for Hillary Clinton in November, stop short, of course, of formal endorsement. Is that enough to get his supporters on the Hillary Clinton train, or are we still a long way from that?
There are plenty of factions in the Bernie Sanders movement. It has never been about Bernie. Bernie has been the vehicle of a lot of frustrations in the Democratic Party, a lot of people who felt like they haven't been included in the process. And if anything, this primary campaign has amplified those frustrations, increased them. You know, sure, there are Democrats like myself who will vote for a Democrat regardless. I have a loyalty to the party. I believe in reforming the party. We've launched an effort to reform the DNC.
But
we want to end superdelegates.
Nomiki, and I'll give this counterpoint and let Kevin answer to it, but half of Bernie supporters, according to one Bloomberg poll, say they won't go out and vote for Clinton. 40% of Bernie supporters polled after in exit polls in West Virginia said they were not going to vote for Hillary Clinton. They were going to vote for Donald Trump. Isn't this something that's a little unprecedented? Are these people a little bit more up for grabs than traditional primary voters of a losing candidate, Kevin?
Yeah, you would think so. But look, I don't know that a lot of Bernie voters are going to go to Trump. The bigger question for both parties is what's the turnout model on either side?
Yep.
Because we just can't, we can't model for it because we've never seen
How
this.
dangerous is it that Trump doesn't have the campaign apparatus that you typically see? For example, the one that you guys had in 2012, Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, the campaign apparatus to really drive turnout, to understand who your voters are, to develop voter profiles.
No, it's very damaging. He doesn't, it's mid-June and late June, and he still doesn't have organization in the states, and he doesn't even have a fully formed campaign headquarters. So now that Paul Manafort is fully in charge, and apparently the family has intervened and taken some control over it, I just think it's a little bit too late, and I don't know that they're ever going to be able to get a fully formed organization in place at this late date. So it's just going to be. It's the Donald Trump show, and we'll see if he can actually, change the rules again for us. But
well, he has certainly succeeded in changing them, at least in the primary, as did Bernie Sanders in very many ways. Nomiki, Kevin, leave it there. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.